Yoga with Cynthia. I'm Cynthia Bialik, and both the host and the producer for this program. And Irene is here with me. We're going to be presenting a yoga class for you about upper body strengthening. So if you've never participated in yoga, or if you have issues participating in yoga because of wrists, because of a lack of shoulder strength, a lack of shoulder flexibility, a lack of tricep strength, the class is definitely going to be for you today. So if you want to watch today's show for its content and then seek the advice of your healthcare professional, feel free to just watch today. But those of you that are joining us, we're going to start by warming up the body, and then we're going to grab a tube. So if you have a resistance band or tube that you can bring in front of your television today, go ahead and grab it. We're going to start with a nice lengthened spine. So we're going to start with arm sweeps over the head, letting the fingers touch, squeezing those knees towards the middle of the body, and then pressing those arms slowly down to your hips. Let's do it again. Lift the chest up and exhale down. And 2 more times. Up we go. And down. And last time, we're going to keep those arms up in the air. Lift the rib cage as high as you can. Gently let those arms fall back over your hips. We're going to bring those hands in the prayer position, and we're going to try to twist that spine. So here we go. Lift the rib cage high. Open the arms. Look to your right. Bring those hands back into the prayer position. Turn to the left. And again, back into the prayer. One more time to the right. And down. Lastly, to the left. And down. Now interlace your fingers, reverse stretch for the wrist. Bring the arms up in the air, lift the chest up high. Lean back, and we're going to flow all the way down towards your shins. So look up, deep breath in, and then slowly slide down, if you can, to the mat and stretch out the whole body. Now let your head drop, releasing tension in your neck. And just turn your head slowly side to side. Then bend your knees and come up slowly, one vertebrae at a time. We're going to bring that left arm up in the air, lean to your right, and look underneath your left shoulder, stretching the lats on that left side. And then bring that left arm down. Lift the right side of your chest and look underneath your right elbow there. Deep breaths. Now we're going to bring both arms up in a V, and I want you to allow the shoulders to drop so you feel the shoulder blades starting to pull together. Bend the elbows. Pull the elbows back as you feel the chest stretching. And now wrap your arms around your body like you're giving yourself a hug. We're going to bend the knees and slowly bring your elbows in towards your navel. Bring the head down towards your knees. Keep stretching out that back as much as you can. Then release those arms. Take them up in the air. Lift your chest. Once again, bend the elbows. Slowly bring the elbows back. And this time you're going to wrap the right arm around first, left arm around second. And once again, round out the spine. Elbows down into your navel. Head down to your knees. And come back up. And I want you to keep your arms out to the side and just do some shoulder rolls. So in yoga, we focus a lot on keeping the arms straight out from the shoulders. And that requires a lot of strength of your medial deltoids. So we're going to drop those arms down, and we're going to bring those arms straight out in front of you. Then drop them down and bring them out to the side. And once again, forward and back. And 2 more times. And last one. Now we're going to bring the arms back behind our hips and stretch the chest and the shoulders. Lean back so we're in extension. Look up in the air. And now slowly we're going to bring the arms forward over the shoulders if you can. Continue bringing them towards the front end of your mat. Stretching the front of your chest, stretching those shoulders. tucking your chin into your chest. Now we're going to go ahead and grab our tube. Now we have the lightest tube here. If you're just starting out, and if you don't have one of these, I suggest getting the lightest one first. They're more pliable, all right? They're much easier to maneuver. And then as you feel you're getting stronger, you may want to move up. The colors of the tube really indicate what resistance they are, what strength they are. And if you go online, you can see how they calibrate the strength of the tubes. So what we're going to do is we're going to slide our wrists through the handles. And we're going to gather some of the tube in each hand so that you have approximately 10 inches in between your thumbs. And we're going to bring that tube up in the air, and we're going to take a look at it. And we're going to do the same thing we did before by pulling the elbows out to the side, but this time we're pulling the shoulder blades down, and we want to feel the strengthening in the upper trapezius. Take a deep breath in, traction the spine. Slowly exhale and pull those elbows down, bringing the tube across your chest and come back up. Deep breath in, exhale, back goes into extension. Shoulder blades pulling down and to the middle of your back. And again. So as you repeat these, I want you to really think about the shoulder blades pulling together but down. Lift your chest up and feel your abs stretching as you do. And 2 more like that. Deep breath in. Exhale and pull down. And 1 more time. Deep breath in. And exhale, pull down. And stay here. Now bring the arms back up in the air. And this time we're going to pull just your right arm down, but keep going. Keep going. Keep your left arm in the air and bring that arm up. Now bring that left arm straight down. Look up at your right hand and up. So now we're really focusing a little bit more on our lats. So if you feel this on the sides of your body, that's correct. Those are where your lats are. So the emphasis is switched from the middle of the shoulder blades and the center of our back to the sides. Look up. Deep breath in. Exhale and down. Deep breath as you come up. Exhale and pull that right arm down. Deep breath in. And exhale, pull the left arm down. And 1 more on each side. Exhale and down the right. Breathe in. And exhale down on the left. And now lower those arms down. And just shrug those shoulders up and around. And now we're going to have a seat on our mats. So go ahead and have a seat. We're going to actually plant the tube under the buttocks. And if you don't like the way that feels, you can actually put a cushion or something under your buttocks so that you're not sitting directly on the tube. You can even use a block if you choose to do that. So we're going to hold on to the tube handles. We're going to bring our feet straight out in front of us. And we're going to work on those shoulders a bit. Now, if it's not enough for you and you don't feel the resistance you need, you can take that tube and make a little loop in it and sit on the loop. So you can see what that does. It shortens the tube handles, and then you actually work a little harder. Hold and down. So when we're working on strengthening, part of it is holding the muscle in the position of strengthening. So we call it isometric, which is what we do in yoga anyway, but this is against resistance, building more core strength in the actual muscles. So the belly of the muscle, lifting those arms straight out, hold there, and down. Deep breath, exhale and pull up. And again, breathe in down, exhale, pull up, and breathe in down. 4 more. Coming up 4. And down. 3. And down. 2. And down. 1 more. And up. And relax. So we're going to stretch those shoulders again. Bring those arms back behind you. Slide those legs straight out in front. Hold on to that. And now we're going to bring that head forward. And just tuck your chin in towards your chest as you bring the head towards your knees. Now we're going to release those arms. Bring those arms up in the air. And let's do a little twist to the right. And then we're going to do a little twist to the left. And we're going to switch our focus for the moment on our biceps. Something we don't do as often in yoga, but biceps are important, especially in your overall musculature. So we're going to go ahead and take that tube around the bottom of our feet. And we're actually going to loop that tube a few times over. So let's take it on top and loop it around like this. So take it on top and then loop your feet. So we have a little shorter amount of tube on each side. So we actually work the biceps a little harder. So we're going to bring those arms out in front of us. And we're going to pull all the way back to our shoulders. Yeah, make sure you have the same amount on each side. And we're going to pull back towards our shoulders. Breathe and pull. Breathe and pull on the exhale. And breathe. So each time you extend, make sure you're fully extending the arms. And then when you're pulling back, really feel the bicep contract and then slowly release it out. Good. Keep going with that. Pulling in. 4 more. Pull in 4. Pull in 3. 2 more times. Fully extend. Exhale as you pull back. Inhale as you go down. Last one. Exhale in and inhale back. Good. All right, so we're going to start triceps a little differently without the tube. We're going to plant those hands behind the back of our hips, and we're just going to bend the elbows, come down onto your elbows, and then push up off the elbows. So you're going to notice a little bit of core while you do this. Your abs are tightening up. We're isolating those triceps as we come down and up. And breathe as you go down. And exhale as you come up. Good. 4 more down and up. Good. 2 more down and up. Lift. And 1 more. All right, so we get to sit on the tube again. Slide that tube under your hips. Make sure you have the same amount of tube on both sides. Now, we're going to bring the tube behind you. We're going to bring the elbows close together. We're going to take those hands back behind the shoulders and then fully extend the arms up in the air and slowly down. Exhale as you lift. Inhale as you lower. Good. Keep your gaze straight ahead if you can. Instead of tilting your head, try to stay in as much of a neutral spine position as you can. Push straight up, stretching those triceps, strengthening them as you pull those arms in the air. Take your time with these. Exhale, lift, and inhale, lower. Exhale, lift, and inhale, lower. Stay with it. 2 more. Nice, and drop down. How are we feeling? Good? Yes. All right. So those of you that are noticing that maybe you don't have that much tone in your arms, or you've got maybe some sag here, that particular exercise is really good for that, tightening up the triceps. We often don't think about that muscle. So let's put that muscle to test in yoga. So in yoga, we're not doing the extensions for the triceps, but we're doing is a push-up. So in a way, we're moving through the same range of motion, but just a little differently. So we're going to be on our bellies here, and we're going to bring those hands directly underneath our armpits like this. We're going to bring the elbows in, and we're going to come up so we're on our knees. Now, we're just going to bring the elbows to our ribs like this, and then push away. So now what's happened is we've given the triceps with the tubes, that was variable resistance. But now we're giving those triceps more than half of our body weight there. So we're going to come down in towards the mat and push right back up. Slowly come down and up. So pulling forward, remember our head weighs a lot, so does our upper body. So we have a little bit more than half our body weight into the triceps. And we're going to go 4 more times down to the floor. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Now slowly come down into the ground. And we're going to turn those hands face up and just bring your head down. Now we're going to plant those hands back where they were and do a little upward dog. So we're going to roll the shoulders back, lift your chest, and look up in the air. So now our arms are straight, and our focus is on pulling the shoulders back. So now our extensors, our back muscles are engaged, lifting the rib cage as high as we can. Continue your slow breaths in the pose. And now we're going to pull back into extended child's pose. Bring your hips to your heels. Stretch out that back. Now we're going to come into the downward dog. So curl your toes under. And now as you lift your hips in the air, we're going to push down into your heels. And we're going to get to stretch the arms a little bit because we're going to go into a spinal twist. So a twisted dog position. You're going to take your right hand over to the outside of your left calf and look under your left shoulder. Really feeling those shoulders stretch. Slow your breaths. And now replace your right hand. Take your left arm over to the outside of your right calf. Now replace your hands. Let your head drop down. Tuck your chin into your chest. Tighten up those quads. Pull down into your heels. Pull your chest toward your thighs. Now we're going to come down onto the knees once again. And we're going to go into a cow. So let your belly drop. Lift your gaze up. And now on the exhale, round into cat. Tuck your chin into your chest. And now release. Now cross your ankles and come back into the mat. So now we're going to do a little rowing. So I want you to bring your tube. If you have the tube at home, what we're going to do is once again, we're going to bring that tube and loop it around our feet. But we're going to keep the tube handles low like this. And we're just going to keep the shoulders level. Okay, don't lift your shoulders up. And we're going to gently pull the elbows straight back. Feeling the rhomboids, feeling the posterior deltoids, and then slowly releasing. Pull back. So all those muscles work with the erector spinae muscles, and we're going to be taking advantage of the use of those muscles in just a few minutes. So let's pull back, squeezing those shoulder blades as tightly together, and then releasing. Again, pull back, lifting your chest up, and release. Pull back, inhale as you release, exhale as you pull back. Inhale. 2 more. Slowly release, exhale, pull back. And last one. Keep those elbows back, keep the rib cage lifted. Now release those arms. We're going to bring the heels back and just gently lift with your hands and bring those feet up. Keep those shoulder blades down and back. Use the strength of your back, the strength of your rhomboids, the strength of your posterior delts, and pull those arms back as you reach forward with the heels of your hands. Stretching the fingers forward, opening your hands wide. Slowly lengthen the legs if you can in Navasana, boat pose. Stay there and breathe. Look up over your toes, using the strength of your psoas and your quads. Stay strong. Then slowly bend the knees, wrap your arms around those legs, and stretch all those muscles we just strengthened. Lengthen them. Bring the head to your knees. Now we're going to go into cow face pose, and you may want to utilize your tube for that pose as well. First, we want to take that left heel back towards your hip and really stretch those quads, and then take your leg over to the other knee. So stacking your left knee over your right. And now you're going to take your tube in your right hand and dangle it back there. So you can hold on to the tube like this, and then take the other hand back and climb up. Now some of you may not need the tube, but slide your hand so that the tube is away from the hand and the hand is flat to the back. So as you start to make the approach, your top hand is facing in, your bottom hand is facing out. So as you continue to slide your hands closer, some of you may be able to just go ahead and grab those hands in Go Mukasana. Now bring those arms back. And before we do the other side, the heels of your hands are down. You're going to lift the chest. Feel the shoulders stretching there. And we're off to the other side. So here we go. Bring that right knee in. Left arm is back. And we know the drill here. Just pull down to the middle of your back. And lift that chest up high. And again, some of you may not need the strap. If you're already there, you can just hold on. Keep lifting that elbow high. Stretching those triceps. We worked those triceps hard today. Hope you'll have some lasting results there. So as we release those arms, I do want to thank you for watching today's show. Until next time, namaste. But we're going to enjoy Savasana. Every yoga class should finish in corpse pose. So let's come down into the mat and relax the shoulders. Stretch those legs out. Give those feet a little shake. And then slowly melt into your mat. Breathing is in and out through the nose as we relax in corpse pose.